16th-century Istanbul is the wealthy center of the Ottoman world. Under Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent, the empire reached its peak of geographic and political power. To represent his reign, Suleiman sought to build a legacy in stone, a monument that would display the perfect harmony between his state authority and his religious mandate. But the skyline was already claimed. The Hagia Sophia, an ancient Byzantine masterpiece, stood as the city's primary architectural benchmark. While grand, the Hagia Sophia was historically plagued by instability. Its massive central dome had collapsed multiple times, a structural failure that Suleiman intended to fix in his own landmark. Establishing Ottoman glory meant moving beyond the limits of the ancient world. Suleiman's mosque had to be a more resilient piece of engineering to prove its divine and secular superiority. The Sultan assigned this task to his chief architect, Mimar Sinan, a man charged with rethinking the very physics of the city's skyline. Sinan's first obstacle was the topography. The site for the new mosque was the steep, uneven terrain of Istanbul's third hill. This high vantage point was a strategic choice. From here, the mosque physically crowns the city, overlooking the busy waters of the Golden Horn. Sinan turned this geographic difficulty into an advantage, making the hill a pedestal for a monument seen from every corner of the capital. The Suleymaniye is a kuliye, a vast social and religious complex where the prayer hall is only the central component. The site includes schools, a hospital, a library, and public kitchens designed to serve the surrounding neighborhood. To build these structures on the steep hill, Sinan engineered massive terraced substructures, creating a level foundation out of a series of vaulted stone rooms. These services rooted the mosque in the daily lives of the people, fulfilling the Islamic principle of charitable endowment while physically demonstrating the Sultan's care for his subjects. Leaving the city streets, you enter a balanced, enclosed courtyard. The noise of the harbor is replaced by a sense of structural order and stone. The four minarets at the courtyard's corners denote Suleiman as the fourth sultan to rule Istanbul after the Ottoman conquest. A total of 10 balconies are carved into these minarets, identifying Suleiman as the 10th sultan of the Ottoman line. The courtyard is framed by 24 granite columns, each carved from a single stone. Sinan topped them with muqarnas capitals, stalactite-like carvings that are a hallmark of Ottoman design. This space prepares the worshipper for the interior, using geometry and imperial symbolism to transition from the secular city to the religious sanctuary. Inside the main hall, the central dome rises 53 meters, creating a sense of verticality that defines the entire prayer space. Sinan improved Hagia Sophia's design by shifting the weight-bearing elements. He moved heavy support structures toward the outside of the building. As the floor plan shows, transferring that weight outward cleared massive interior obstructions, resulting in a wide open square for the congregation. Because the main supports were moved to the exterior, Sinan was able to include 249 windows, flooding the interior with natural light. To protect this open space from Istanbul's earthquakes, Sinan used a system of side buttresses and stabilizing turrets integrated directly into the walls. These structural refinements provided a permanent solution to the instability that had haunted large masonry domes since the ancient world. The engineering required to support the dome is masked by a restrained interior. Sinan left the primary piers plain, focusing the worshipper's attention on the space rather than the construction. Decorative Iznik tiles are used sparingly, appearing mostly on the Qibla wall to orient the room toward Mecca. Stained glass florals and Quranic calligraphy emphasize themes of divine forgiveness and the gardens of paradise, keeping the focus on worship rather than earthly display. The calculated symmetry and acoustics create an atmosphere of quiet balance, providing a sense of scale that remains intimate. After 5 centuries, the Suleymaniye stands as a landmark of engineering strength on the city's skyline, while providing a calm, open sanctuary for those